What is up, everybody? I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
We are Hill City Paranormal.
HC.
I was just asking myself this question. Sam waved at me and she said, how am I the first one in here?
Yeah, that's...
Sam, I'm about to have a heart attack.
That's a first.
Because you're a busy, busy woman.
She busy.
Okay. Paul. What's up, Paul? North Carolina Coastal Plains.
The hells.
Yeah. What are you looking at? Hey, Becky.
Oh.
We missed you
Becky?
this past weekend. James said he was number 2 in here, Sam. He was right behind you. James Brady with Spirit-Led
Paranormal Research.
And his lovely wife, Kim.
And I didn't look at the sticky note.
I started to say it, and it like triggered something in his head. You see how that went?
You didn't give me a chance. I was trying to fill up my vape.
I was talking.
As usual. As usual.
As usual. Today I'm kind of quiet, guys.
I want to know what y'all think about these this Annabelle thing. Daryl. My name is Lil Daryl. What's up, Daryl? Bedford Paranormal.
Daryl, I'm so glad that you released Sean from prison.
Spirit of Clover Hill. And
the historic Appomattox County Jail.
Appomattox.
Oh, I know, Becky. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I know. This time of year, 100 degrees easy.
What's up with this temperature? What do y'all think about this Annabelle situation? Like, people keep asking me. I've been getting a lot of messages.
Annabelle.
I've been getting a lot of messages and people talking to me about this Annabelle situation.
I'm going to tell y'all really quick. Ozzy has an obsession with going into the cemetery.
Ozman.
That's right. Ozzy, tell him don't break and enter, though.
Don't go. Well, I don't know what the laws is. Obey. 9. Y'all cut it out. I'll obey your local cemetery laws.
Plus,
sorry, I'm yelling at the dogs.
They just decided to completely spaz out.
Yeah. Obey your local cemetery
Paul,
laws.
I actually, surprisingly, I am totally into haunted dolls, creepy dolls, things like that. Sam thinks the whole thing with Annabelle is crazy. Hey, Leah. Here's my take. Since my partner in crime disappeared, I can actually get a word in edgewise. Okay. They need to leave the doll alone. Like, why? How do you know Annabelle wanted to go on vacation? Like, that's my. Give me Annabelle.
No.
Give me Annabelle.
Y'all don't know where Annabelle
is. That's why she failed.
Y'all don't know where Annabelle at? She's right here.
Okay.
There. Annabelle's no longer missing.
Mama D. Hi.
There's Annabelle right here.
Daryl said he hates all damn dolls. Ronnie Anderson, Bedford Paranormal. Lay down.
Hey, we see Ronnie popped in here with her own 2 eyes.
Paul said I haven't experienced it, so it's hard to be and not be a believer.
Very mad that Annabelle's right here.
Yeah, we pulled Annabelle out. Kim said, "Hey, Ronnie, Annabelle's just a rag doll with an attitude." No, we're not doing this and knocking shit.
He's very upset.
I can't have a podcast without being interrupted by these damn dogs. All right,
get in.
So, guys, this obviously is not the original Annabelle. Okay, she is, however, my largest Raggedy Ann. She is the keeper of my haunted doll cabinet. She, on the contrary of popular belief, she is not heavy. I'm holding her by her hair, actually.
You both disrespecting Annabelle.
This isn't the original Annabelle, but I do have a entire glass case of Raggedy Ann dolls, a couple of which are what I believe to be haunted or possessed, however you want to say it. Okay. I have ones from different eras all the way down. Yeah. Sorry. Annabelle needs to back up. That's why. Okay. So I have different dolls all the way back to like the early 1920s, I believe, is like my oldest Raggedy Ann doll. We have personally conducted research on the dolls individually, and we have found that there is a couple of them that might potentially be a little sketchy, haunted, maybe.
We got a video on our TikTok of them acting up a little bit.
Yeah. So, but thoughts on Annabelle, guys, because she's gonna this gal's gonna join us for our podcast. Okay. Let's see. Sean, you gifted your mother a haunted Raggedy Andy, and she said the Raggedy Andy follows her with his
Actually,
eyes.
I have seen that doll do that.
So, Mom, I'm the one that picked it out.
Welcome to the club,
So
Mom.
sorry. I have purposely, though, with this one in particular, okay, this Raggedy Ann doll, I have purposely put her like in certain positions to try to see like if she moves or anything
When
like
I went
that.
and got her, she was sitting with her feet crossed.
Yep, she's been that way for a week. So the last one is I crossed her feet, and then her other arm should have been up like this. So yeah, so I put her in certain positions. She has not moved. She hasn't spontaneously flown off the shelf, anything like that. But for those that are curious about my haunted Raggedy Ann collection, it is on our TikTok page at symbol Hill City Ghost, Hill City Paranormal, however you want to look it up. Like I said, we have pulled them out of the case individually. There are a few that have some weight to them, and they shouldn't. And those are the ones that kind of piqued Sean's interest, and that prompted us to pull out some equipment, maybe try to attempt to make some communication.
We tried to talk to
and yeah. And now my whole video is blurry. Okay, I'm gonna need you to clear this up. Did it clear up?
You and Raggedy Ann kind of look alike.
Aw, thanks. Kind of looks like Chuck. Weeby. All right. Hello, Michelle Wilfong, the Haunted Apartment.
What's up, Michelle?
I'm missing some comments here. Okay, it's going to be hot. Yeah, Sam said this doll is going to be haunting everybody now. Let's see. The eyes follow you. Yeah. Annabelle just froze your video. I don't doubt it. Thoughts on Robert the doll? Ronnie, I cannot engage in this conversation because I have not done enough research on Robert the doll. Would I go to a place where there is a haunted object and intentionally taunt the object or disturb its peace? In quotations, no.
For the record, we did go interact with the real Annabelle doll, and I did not fool with that doll. I took a picture with it, and that was about it. I did not taunt it. Engage. If you're on my personal Facebook, I posted a picture today with me with the real Annabelle doll, just to kind of joke, but I didn't fool with that doll. I just took a picture with it to say hi, But other than that.
Now, Ronnie just said Alan visited Robert a couple years ago. So I did watch a documentary on Robert the doll, and there's like something, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you know different, but don't you have to like write him a letter or something and ask permission to take his picture?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm not doing that for a damn doll. Like, if I want to take your picture, bro, I'm going to take your picture. Like, end of story. Mm-hmm. If you're haunted, like, make an orb appear with your own two eyes.
All people that thought that wrote a letter back asking for forgiveness, too.
Stuff like that. No, I'm not asking a doll for permission to take his picture. Like, if I go down there, I might verbally ask it, but I'm not writing you a whole letter. Shonda, Michael, Fredericksburg Paranormal in the house. What's up, guys?
Hey, friends.
Debbie Cushman, forever will be the Haunted Octagon Museum, yes. 585. The Warrens Museum has more interesting stuff other than that Annabelle. Ronnie, yes. This is true. So,
I like the shoe.
Yeah, my fascination, Sean's fascination was the World War II shoe that was found with the foot skeleton still inside. I like the little, damn, what is it called? I forgot what its name is, but it was used in like spiritual rituals of some sort. It's like a statue with like, I don't know, it's weird. I've got a picture of every single artifact that's in the Warrens Occult Museum, including the supposedly haunted mirror. I took multiple pictures of that mirror trying to get an apparition to appear. That never happened. You have to ask permission to take a picture, not write it. Oh, okay. All right. Well, if I just have to ask, I'm good with that. But like, I'm not writing a letter to somebody. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, like, hey, excuse me, do you mind if I write you a letter and take your picture? No. Okay. Like, she's not just going to be like, halt. Not today. Like, it's not going to happen.
She might.
So, with that being said, the rumors of Robert the Doll, for those that don't know, he has similar traits to Annabelle. He has absolutely wreaked havoc on people's lives that come in contact with him, including mysterious deaths, illness, ailments, etc. And you are correct. People would write him letters after leaving this museum begging for his forgiveness. My take on Annabelle, like I said in the beginning, they need to leave the doll alone. Did anybody ask Annabelle if she wanted to go on a vacay? I just need to know that. Like, hey, would you like to travel the world on like a whole entire tour?
Do y'all think she had anything to do with the plantation burning down?
So not only did the plantation burn down, but 11 high maximum security inmates escaped. They caught 2 out of the 11. Which means that what?
That ain't have nothing to do with Annabelle.
Okay.
That was negligent.
Then, right after that, the very next morning, there was another fire. You know where that fire was?
I can't remember.
Mary Laveau's house burned to the ground.
Mary Laveau.
Okay. All the voodoo that this woman practiced, and you mean to tell me her house just burned down when Annabelle just so happened to be in New Orleans?
Oh, the hair's in the building.
Hair is in the building.
Oh, Debbie, I love that video you sent me, by the way.
James said he texted Robert the Doll, and he said that's bullshit. See, now that's up to me. I need to text Robert. It is 2025. If you hear me out there, if you hear me out there, get with the times, bro. I'm gonna send you a text. We're gonna have like a chit chat.
Bam.
I'm
Pull
gonna
up
let you
Ronnie
know.
Anderson's comment.
I will. Mrs. Warren said to never take that doll out of the case or out of the museum, but Tony is an idiot. I don't know Tony to say he's an idiot, but I will say there are people that are capitalizing on stuff and not respecting the spirit realm. I watched them remove Annabelle from her case. They actually videotaped it. They put on gloves. They had a whole prayer that was said.
Like gloves gonna stop a spirit.
They had this whole prayer. They doused themselves in holy water. They removed Annabelle from her original case, placed her in her newly constructed travel case, blessed it again, sealed it up, and bam, she's traveling the world.
That's not going to work.
Okay.
Look, here's my thoughts on everything.
Leave the doll alone.
You know, I got a lot of thoughts on it. First of all, and I'm talking about it on here just because I get so many people asking me about it. The plantation burning down. You know, I don't know if Annabelle had anything to do with it or not. I look at it like this, man. You know, I've dealt with, been to a lot of historical locations. And what I will say is that a lot of people who run a lot of these historical locations are really shitty people. A lot of them are in it for the wrong reason. A lot of them are in it to not preserve history. They're in it for business purposes. And a lot of them are good people. So those of you who get offended by everything, calm down, calm your britches. But I've dealt with a lot of people and seen a lot of people who deal with historical locations, and a lot of them are very shitty people. And I believe karma is a real thing. So I believe that, and Ronnie knows what I'm talking about. You've dealt with people with the bullshit when it comes to historical locations. You know, I've just dealt with a historical location that's real shitty organization. That's all about money. And I'll say that karma comes back around. no, I don't think the slaves had an uprising. I think that's all bullshit too. I think that the slaves who built that plantation would be saddened by all that beautiful work that they did get burned down. I honestly think that karma and negligence, a combination of the two, and sometimes things just happen that are terrible. I think it's a terrible thing that history got burned down like that. The folks I see celebrating that are ignorant people, very ignorant, dumb people are celebrating the plantation being burned down. So do I think Annabelle had anything to do with it? I don't know. But I do think that, yes, it's very stupid to carry this doll around the country like that. Did I take a picture with it? Absolutely, because that was my chance to be face to face with that piece of paranormal history. But do I think it's dumb to be carrying that doll around recklessly and carelessly like that? I do. As far as it being everyone putting this out that it's a hoax, I don't know if the doll got out or got lost, but I think that, again, capitalizing on the story, capitalizing on the money, a hoax like that would get people talking about the Annabelle. Mighty funny, there's a hoax about Annabelle missing, and there's a whole new movie coming out about Annabelle. So people, just to answer the question with my feelings and thoughts, yes, I think it's dumb that they're doing that. But yeah, Ronnie, you're right. All about the money. And John, that's not the real doll, but I thought it'd be cool since we're talking about it to bring her out.
She is, however, the same size.
Yeah, it's the same size as the real
Annabelle doll.
We probably got about 20 of them things.
All right. So, serious thing though. The crazy thing is people on social media will start a rumor and like the whole world will run with it.
Or the people who are carrying the doll might have started.
No, because they went live on their actual page and said, the doll is not missing. She's right here, and like showed the doll in the case. Like they were like, whoever started this rumor is an idiot. Like this is live on the Warrens occult. Like they put out a whole press statement. Like Annabelle is not missing. Stop messaging Sean and asking if Annabelle is missing. First of all, Sean doesn't know. Sean's not there.
I don't know the Warrens or people related to them.
So, I mean, do I know for a 100% fact it's the actual doll that's supposed to be traveling the country?
Good point.
I was not there for them to remove it. But what I will say is I have been following the Warrens Occult Museum page and all the updates. And when Annabelle was originally placed in the case, and Lorraine Warren called out a priest. A priest put on, and to be specific, welding gloves. Welding gloves.
That's going to protect.
Okay. Then the case itself is sealed with the Lord's Prayer as well as St. Michael's Prayer, doused in holy water and oil, placed in the case, sealed, blessed, like 3 crosses, exorcism performed on the case, whatever. Okay. And Lorraine, actually, one of her last videos, when she took somebody on a tour of the occult museum, said, I refuse to even make eye contact with Annabelle. She refused up to her dying day, guys, not even to make eye contact with this doll. Okay. And then you want to go and mess with the damn doll. Yeah. Why? Because they can get $80 a ticket off of everybody who comes to see Annabelle.
And James, I saw your comment about insurance fraud with the plantation. People go broke and do dumb stuff. Now,
fun fact for all my Virginia people. The reason why that is called the Nottoway Plantation is because the original owner of that plantation was born, raised, and grew up right here in Nottoway County, Virginia. So he named the plantation Nottoway Plantation. Fun fact of the day. It was home to 176 enslaved people who worked the entirety of the plantation, both inside, outside, fields, barns, whatever jobs that they had. And, like I said, do I think that these slave spirits all had this uprising and came together and decided to burn down this plantation X amount of years later. No, because if that was going to happen, they should have done it a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then go ahead and add every other plantation in America to it.
If that was the case, every plantation would burn down.
Right. Hey, Carrie. I heard the true story of Annabelle when we took John Zaffis home. Very cool.
That was a cool story, actually.
Yes. How many people have asked Sean about the doll? You already know. Yes.
A lot.
Ma.
A lot.
It's been crazy. You're correct, Ronnie. Crew, Virginia, to be exact, Nottoway County.
I got a lot of memories going through Crew.
What's up, Eddie and Jen?
Going to Fort Pickett.
Hey.
What's up, fam?
I've been watching y'all's videos lately. Raggedy Ann could be my twin. Yeah, your profile picture kind of looks like Raggedy Ann.
Yeah, Mom. You stay out of the sun long enough. You get there.
M. Hey, M. I don't know if you heard me. I said hi. But yes, guys. So, I have my opinions on Annabelle. I do think that there's some things that is just better left the hell alone.
Yeah.
Haunted freaking doll that's encased and an exorcism performed on it might be at the top of my list. Might be.
Yeah, and people
It depends.
Stop with the
curiosity does kill the cat.
Hoax stuff and celebrating burning down a plantation.
John Clements.
John, what's up, brother?
I'm over here dying.
Oh,
Ronnie. Record. Had to see
shout out Middletown in the house.
Middletown Paranormal. How's Miss Shayla?
I'll be through your way here soon.
Tony took Annabelle on tour. He probably set fires to create new urban legends.
You know what?
Possibly.
I believe that.
Possibly.
But, just to wrap up this conversation, do I believe that Annabelle is escaped? No. Do I think that the Nottoway had anything to do with Annabelle? Probably, most likely not.
Yes, Central Virginia. Happy
rainy, cold day. I'm in a hoodie.
This weather's kind of like unconventional.
But yes, people, please stop dumb comments with these plantation stuff. Just let it go. Let it go. And those of you who own locations and do a good job, my hat's off to you. Shout out to you. Those of you who are doing poor things with your locations, karma, man, it comes back to you. It does.
Take your doll back.
It's terrible.
I'm not holding her the whole show.
I'm putting her in her seat right here.
Yep. Sit down, Annabelle.
So on to other news.
Her name is not Annabelle, by the way. I have not named her. So I will let you guys in the comments name her for
give
me.
us a good name for her.
So I have yet to name that one. She is my newest to the collection. So best name wins. Yeah. Let me know in the comments. I will let you know what her official name is by the end of the show. On to bigger, better things really quick. Hold on, Eddie and Jen. We want to try and get you to your first 100. We're going to keep trying. You need to stop by our live stream and let us give you the proper welcome. Remind me again what day it is.
Sunday.
Is it? I have it written down. No, I didn't. I meant to message you because I literally wrote a note. It is right here if you don't believe me. Oh, you can't see it. It says Eddie and Jen, 8 p.m. What?
Central Time.
What was I doing with that? Like 8 p.m. when? I don't know. So please let me know. Bell. Ooh, I like that.
Babe.
Whoever's kicking the camera, tell him to quit. Raggedy.
Zuko's putting his butt.
Ma. Paranormal. Love it. Oz needs to see the doll. Well, tell him, come on. Or is he in a cemetery? Okay, so on to other news. I want to talk about unconventional ways to paranormal investigate.
Oh, man. Is Daryl still in here for this?
Becky, we missed you this weekend.
Oh, I like the name
Beverly. I do like that. All right, so far
we figured out a new technique. Well, I don't know if it's new, but
it's not new.
A unique technique.
Sunday.
That works very well.
I did put down Central Time. Okay, Sunday.
Oh, Daryl's here.
8 p.m. Hold on. CDT.
And Ronnie missed it. Ronnie was somewhere with his Crocs on.
Eddie and Jen. Ronnie was at a birthday function.
With his Crocs on. I heard Ronnie had a pair of Crocs.
Oh, I thought it was Hey Dudes.
No, Ronnie gives me hell for wearing Crocs, but Ronnie's got a pair of Crocs.
Oh, I like that one. Hilton.
Ronnie didn't think I would tell.
Daryl. Audrey would be a great name for the doll.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and call it right now. Audrey is the doll's name because
Audrey Beverly Hilton.
I want to pay homage to the Octagon Mansion. So we are going to go with Audrey. Oh, Blair. Oh.
Wait a minute. We got another doll we can name Blair. We can name all our dolls.
You know what? You guys just named like all my dolls. All of
our dolls get named from you guys.
Yeah. And Ronnie said he was in his Hey Dudes, but he does have Crocs. Okay. Unconventional ways of paranormal investigating, guys.
Ronnie, you suck. You missed it.
So, show of hands in the comments if you have had the pleasure of investigating with moi.
Pleasure?
Yes. The reason I say this is because when I am investigating and I get tired, you did. I'm so proud of you right now, Ronnie. There is so much headway being made in this podcast alone. He admitted to owning Crocs and he did see an orb. Okay. Anywho, Ronnie's investigated with me. M's investigated with me. My cousin, Emily.
So we got, I think, 2 or 3 people that's investigated with you.
Debbie. I don't think Debbie's ever been there. James is investigated with me. Okay, so when I get tired, I get goofy. And I start finding unconventional ways to investigate. I'm going to tell it because it's my business to tell. Shonda has. FPRI has. Yeah, pretty much all of FPRI.
We investigated with some cool people.
I know. I've got cool friends.
I'm sitting here like, man, I can't. I remember. I didn't.
Michael has. All right. So
we got some good people.
John Sullivan and Michael Brooks and you and Emily, I think are the ones that have been like with me the most when I've been goofy and tired. So I start saying little things that just don't make any freaking sense. So this past weekend, all right, speaking of
John Cushman woke me up one time.
Yes.
I woke up and thought I was in heaven or something.
Yeah, he said the hair.
All I saw was pretty hair in my face.
All right, let me tell the story. Daryl's over here already laughing. So I hear Sean. Sean has this booming voice. When you're investigating a location,
that is not true.
Just all you can hear is Sean.
That is not true.
So we are downstairs and we're getting some activity. We investigated the Appomattox Historic County Jail.
Must go, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. Book now, like ASAP.
We're going to talk about it.
So, I asked to investigate with Sean. He said yes, but never called me back. Well, Sean, you're not calling people.
How often am I on the phone? How often am I on the phone? You can come with me anytime.
DJ voice. Yes, exactly. Okay, so don't try to get an EVP when Sean's around because he's too busy getting EVPs another floor over and you could hear him up the road. I could like go to the convenience store and still hear him. So long story short, we're downstairs, we're investigating, and whatever we were communicating with was camera shy. All right, second we put the camera on it, bam, all activity stopped. So we tried for about another hour and we decided we would go see what all the commotion was upstairs in the jail cells. So I head upstairs and you've got Daryl, Sean, and Chad. And I want to say Chuck was already up there with you guys when I got up there.
Yeah, me, Daryl, Chad, and Chuck.
So all the guys were upstairs. All the girls were downstairs. So we make our way up. And they're kind of like getting some responses, like not really, like kind of erratic, whatever.
Whatever. We were getting all the activity. What are you talking about?
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't want me to continue with this story?
Go ahead. It was epic. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
It was epic.
So, men that are in prisons, in the comments, if I was to ask them if they wanted anything in the world, what do you think it would be? What do? I'm tired. I get goofy. I asked the ghost inmate if he wanted to see some boobs. It's a good question. You never know how long he was locked up, right? That might be his thing. This particular jail was actually active until 1981. So, with that being said, I asked the ghost if he missed seeing boobies, was my exact words.
Hey, Lois.
Okay. Hey, Lois. And I'm going to get to all these comments in a minute. So as soon as I ask this inmate if he missed seeing boobies, Sean's...
Yeah, Emily.
Well, Emily, it depends. It's like, yeah.
That would have been my request. That would have been my request.
Yeah, you're probably right.
My number one request.
So, anywho, as soon as I ask this, the piece of equipment that was on the floor starts going off. So I said, of course, me being me, said, if that's really you and you really want to see a pair of boobs, make both sides of this equipment light up. Instantly, both sides light up. So again, me being me.
Before we go any further, this is not a piece of equipment that requires EMF. This is a piece of equipment that you have to physically touch to make it light up.
So, me being me, I said, okay, woo! Flash the ghost. Okay?
You're so trashy.
I am.
I like my women just a little on the
So I flashed the ghost, and damned if his piece of equipment didn't start going woo, woo, woo. Like all the lights just started flipping out. I have never laughed so hard in my life. So this ghost spirit inmate person really liked boobs.
Actually, that started going off. The GS2 started going off. The EDI box started going off. All three pieces of equipment that we were using started going off at the same time.
Damn. FBI said, damn. So, of course, I've got to ask for confirmation. I'm turning red.
And I got no video.
Not my boobs.
Not the boobs.
I had my back to the camera. And I had my back to everybody. For the record, my back was to everybody. I literally was like in the cell by myself. Okay. So, Michael, you had a similar incident at Tala. You showed the ghost your boobs.
You said ghost cop.
Ghost cop, woo, 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 inmate excited. I'm trying to tell you, I do not know who was in the cell. But I, of course, had to ask for confirmation because this could have been a coincidence. So, if it is really you and you really do like the boobs, make this piece of equipment go off again and I'll show them to you again. The equipment goes haywire, all of it. So now I'm stuck flashing this unseen force for a second time. And then at this point, I'm just like, I think I will come back and see you at a later time because this is enough nudity for one night. But I honestly will say that unconventional methods of paranormal investigating always 100% will get a response. We have talked about an intense game of Uno. We now have flashing ghosts. We're adding that to the resume. Yes, new personal piece of equipment, the boobies.
That's a t-shirt.
Okay.
New t-shirt.
So I have also asked a ghost before, or a spirit or entity, whatever you want to call it, if they wanted a bite of my cinnamon roll and got responses. I have had equipment set up at a residential location. None of it was going off, but a battery operated tea light in which I was able to communicate. So sometimes it's not always about the equipment. The equipment just kind of gives us confirmation. But I will say, had I been fully awake, not exhausted, not tired, I don't know if that would have went down. But oh my God, that was great. Our guide said she would flash the spirits and all the equipment went off. See, I'm trying to tell you, these guys that are locked up are deprived, y'all. We as women need to unite and let them know what they're missing.
I'm down for that.
New piece of equipment in the shape of boobs. Always good to think outside of the box. Well, I came up higher than the box.
In all seriousness, though, I'm sure there's some people watching this. They're like,
Cortney is a hoe.
y'all are trashy.
I don't care.
I would never do that. Listen, you get results. That's why we're doing this, is to get results.
Look, in my early 20s, I flashed plenty of people for free. So why not flash some ghosts?
Now let's break it down. Let's go through all the variables here.
Eddie and Jen, I'm sorry.
Let's break down the variables.
Don't unfollow us because of this.
Let's break down the variables, though. So we had an action and a reaction. We were sitting up there. Daryl's a witness, and this is why I like investigating with this is why I like investigating with people who aren't members of our team. Again, Daryl Paulette has no reason.
There's not security cameras in that cell.
Daryl has no reason to lie about what happened. But he was sitting right beside me when this happened. And
silicone spiritual spectacles.
Our equipment was going off prior to her coming up there, and we were getting responses, but not like this. When that happened, the equipment that was going off, again, it physically has to be touched. It has to be manipulated physically in order to go off. I'm not going to advertise what equipment it was.
I can't see Becky's comment, which tells me it's an emoji.
Yeah, I'm not going to advertise exactly what equipment it was, but
Becky, you should have been there.
It has to be physically touched in order to make the bells and whistles go off on it. The EDI box is one piece of equipment that has to be touched. The geophone on it was going off, which is earthquake sensor, text vibration, movement, touch. That went off while she was doing that. The equipment that was on the ground, it was on a concrete floor. And Cortney was standing still when she was doing that.
And I was outside of the cell when I did this, facing the cell. But I did go into the cell after the second confirmation and tried to do like the you touch it, I touch it game. I'm 90% sure the ghost was probably touching my boobs instead of the equipment at this point, which is kind of freaky. But, you know, I had like ghost hands going off. But
so it was pretty wild to see that happen.
Becky said she died laughing. Why are we blurry again?
But I will say though, the Appomattox jail did not disappoint.
I don't know.
When I walked in there, I didn't really feel anything. I didn't feel anything at all. And we were the guide, I think her name was Dee Dee. She gave us the tour, and something just pulled me to go upstairs to the kids' room. And so everybody went downstairs. I stayed back with my recorder and instantly started getting EVPs sitting at the top of the stairs. I'm not going to disclose what my EVPs I was getting because we were told we're the first official team to go in there other than the people who investigated previously.
I got 2 names directly related to the property itself.
Yeah, so I was sitting up there, and I was told nobody really investigated the kids' room, and I was just sitting up there. Got a lot of interaction again with the EDI box, with the recorder. Again,
a lot of cat ball activity.
Daryl was up there with me when I got that. We went into the guy the resident's room. Got a whole lot of interaction in there as well. Everywhere we went, we got interaction.
Thanks,
it was very, very, very active location. And I highly recommend that you go in there. I highly recommend you investigate it.
Yeah, if you haven't booked it, there's open dates right now. And
thank you, Eddie.
You know, we may be discussing some other options in the near future. But what's the time frame you get for the jail if you rent it? So I believe Daryl, if you can put that in the comments, or Becky, if one of you guys can put that in the comments. We started a little bit later, but I want to say start time is typically 7 p.m. We had to start a little bit later though, because Appomattox County had a fair going on and like the roads were blocked off and stuff. So we started a little bit later than their normal start time. So Daryl or Becky, if you guys can put in the comments what the time frame is if you rent it out, that would be great. Oh, there you go. 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. And how much is it, Daryl? I want to make sure that my information is 100% accurate before I give it out. Why does this camera keep going in and out of focus?
Hey, since we brought that doll in here.
Fix it. It is $50 a person. So Daryl does it per person. $50 per person.
It will not correct itself.
I will. Oh, it was corrected till you went and stuck your hand up there. Oh.
All right, focus. Focus on the hand.
Let the paranormal world know when they investigate. Ask for boobies.
There we go.
The twins. Maybe the ghosts are after another looky-loo at the boobs.
Maybe so.
I told him next time I come, I'm going to bring him some nudie magazines. Isn't that what they used to call them back in the day? Like nudie magazines?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, it was active for
Flash the camera, see if that works.
It was active for us the entire night. I absolutely enjoyed it. And but
yes,
a week
FBRI,
prior to that,
yes.
a week prior to that, we were at the Fairy Plantation and had a very successful investigation as well.
Fairy Plantation was crazy.
Fairy Plantation. We're going to actually post. We don't post much evidence. However, I got.
I think did you get it on the computer?
Yes, it's on the computer.
I think we should show it to everybody on our podcast.
Do y'all want to see the evidence that we captured?
I haven't put it out on social media yet. But if you guys want to see it, let me know.
So to break it down, another investigator and I were in the kids' room of the plantation. And again, I had all my equipment facing towards the nanny's room of the plantation. So we weren't even investigating the kids' room. We were actually investigating across the hallway. And I'm shying away from our lights and going towards UV lights. And you can see my shadow on the wall. The other investigator was laying on the floor. And all of a sudden, something just walks past the camera. And I'm like,
what? Spanish EVP in the parlor. Oh, that's interesting.
We caught something similar to that across the spirit box. But,
all right, so everybody wants to see it. Some good evidence is awesome from the Fairy Plantation. I got a sneak peek.
So I watched all the footage from that room to make sure it wasn't one of us moving. I watched forward and backwards. We were up there about an hour. No shadows that we cast did it. Go to Fairy Plantation. We're going to pull it up now so y'all can see it. And all of a sudden, you just see a shadow walk by. It appeared to be a kid. Some people think it's the nanny. I think it's the kid.
Is it this one right here?
I believe it's that one.
Or is it this one?
No, that's the full video.
Oh, yeah, we're not watching the full video.
It's that one. Yep, it's that one. That's not the whole. That's it. I shortened it.
All right. So Sean is working on the evidence as we speak. Let's see if it'll let me share the actual video file.
So let me know what y'all think after y'all see it.
All right, here we go. Are you guys ready?
And we'll get to the comments in a second. I see a couple of them popped up.
So he slows it down. There is nobody walking in that room, guys.
And there's only two of us in there. One of us is on the floor. My shadow's in the right corner. If you look at the lamppost, you'll see my belly sticking out right there. Play it one more time. And slow down.
So, yeah. So, yes, that is the kids' room upstairs. I believe in my interpretation. So, Naya and I have kind of a personal, connection with the nanny upstairs. This is not our first time investigating the Fairy Plantation. So, we were joined by Lost Souls, and while they were going on the tour with other members of our team that did not join us the first time, Naya and I grabbed our gear and we headed straight for the kids' room. This time in the kids' room was quite different. There was a lot of catch it out the corner of your eye shadow figures. We placed probably like 6 or 7 cat balls throughout the room. They would go off like simultaneously on command. things like that. And so, Ronnie, I'm going to get there because, and it is possible, except for the fact that I kind of almost see a nightgown. But it could be Nanny, and I'm going to get there why it could be. So, we're up there and we're speaking to the kids and Nanny. We infamously put a music box facing the nanny's room, absolutely pacing, wanting to know why the heck we're disturbing the kids. That is, not a new thing for Nanny. I believe Emily, correct me in the comments, but Emily went directly to Nanny's room and placed a cat ball on the bed and stepped back and got an intelligent response where Nanny actually lit the cat ball up. She sent me that video. Super cool. Because I've put plenty of equipment on Nanny's bed and have never gotten any results from that. What we do get results from a lot of the time in Nanny's room is motion sensors being triggered. So this in particular time, cat balls are going on. We're getting a lot of children voices across the spirit box. Nia and I did an open spirit box session. We heard footsteps. Yep, FPR, I just put it. We heard footsteps, and what happened was I was sitting on the floor, Nia was sitting on the floor, and you hear step, a cat ball goes off that we had placed on the cradle, and then you hear a third step, and a cat ball that we had like on the bed frame goes off, almost like whoever walked in like hit them all. So that was pretty cool. And we were getting ready to wrap it up. And when we were wrapping it up, we cut the lamp back on. When we cut the lamp back on, unbeknownst to us, this seemed to really piss Nanny off. Because at this point, the lamp itself started tripping out. Like it was rocking back and forth. And for those that have not been to the Fairy Plantation, it's one of those old style lamps that you got to go under the lampshade and twist the thing on or off. And the lampshade was like you could tell somebody was trying to almost like cut the lamp off, like somebody had gone up under it. It was at an angle. It was rocking back and forth. When I asked like, oh, Nanny, did we irritate you by cutting the light on? Are the kids like trying to sleep? If so, use all your energy to cut the light off. The lamp violently started shaking. As a matter of fact, the whole thing started shaking off the floor. That was just a little bit strange, like to me. And so at this point, it's rumored that men are not welcome up there. So me and Nia said to ourselves, well, let's go downstairs and see if the guys can come up here now that we kind of stirred the pot. And that's what happened. The guys went up there. One of our team members was, again, for those that don't remember, last time we were there, Nia was emotionally affected in the children's room to the point where she was bawling her eyes out and then reported that she felt like she was in trouble. Our adult male team member also was emotionally affected in that room, and he started crying as well, saying that, what did he say? He felt saddened for something.
Yeah, he just started crying.
Started crying out of nowhere, did not know. And I mean, mind you, this team member, if you're listening, I'm not gonna put your name out there, but I mean, he's a police officer, like he's got a pretty tough exterior. Of course, I'm going to say I don't know him like that. I mean,
and prior to that shadow capture, I've got it on video. I had just felt the floor move as if somebody was walking around. I was standing still. He was laying on the floor. So nobody was walking around the room. It was just us two up there. I wish I had a camera pointing towards us so you could see that in the video. So you got to trust that I'm telling the truth when I say that. Plus, in the video, you would have heard somebody walking. Those y'all who've been there and know that.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Okay, so I didn't want to put your name out there, Chad, but thank you for sharing.
You can verify too, Chad. Chad is the guy that was in the room with me. He was laying on the floor. None of us were moving. And what we were doing when that was caught was we were actually listening the EVP. So none of us would have been moving. Neither one of us would have been moving around either way.
Well, Chad was laying on the floor. And if I play the whole video, which I don't want to subject you guys to an hour and a half long video, but if I play the whole video, before the shadow is seen in the video, Chad actually says out loud, do you like the fact that I'm laying on the floor with you? So, I mean, Chad's laying on the floor, like on his stomach, like a little kid would lay.
Actually, was laying on his back at that point.
Oh, at this point, he was on his back?
Yeah, he was on his back.
So, and then Sean was standing up. And, Francisco had put up here, child voices sound like a trap from an evil entity. I do not in any way, shape, or form think that there's any evil entities at the Fairy Plantation. I've never felt upset whatsoever. Now, with that being said, let me go forward to Francisco. I'll let you answer that, and then I'll go towards the other one.
Have I ever experienced any fear from something evil? Yes. Back in the day, I won't say the location, but Courtney and I used to do the urban exploring where we would
you can say it don't matter,
where we would break into places that we weren't supposed to.
We had faster feet.
Yeah, we ran faster and didn't have the responsibilities we have now, and I don't condone that now. By the way, we were young and dumb,
and this is prior to it being a federal offense to trespass on that property.
Yeah, and I started smelling sulfur and getting the feeling of just I can't even describe the feeling I was getting. I was scared.
You just kept saying, like, we need to get the F out of here.
Yeah.
Like, we need to get the F out of here.
Yeah, it was just a different kind of feeling. Like I just needed to go at that point. And we got the hell out of there. So yeah, I did have that feeling before. Never had it since though. Never had it before that. Well, I did have it one time at we were investigating at Sweetbriar.
Oh, yeah. Sean, we did an investigation back in the day. Hold on, Eddie. I'm going to get your comment. We did an investigation back in the day, guys, and Sean would not get out of the car. Like, he would not get out of the car.
And it wasn't that I was really even scared. It was just I can't say I was scared. It was just a feeling that it was just not a good feeling that I had. And I don't ever get that in an investigation. Those of y'all investigated with me, I've walked through dark hallways of crazy places, and it's just a feeling that I got at these two places that just wasn't right. And I was like, yep. No.
And, for those that know me, like, yeah, I clown on Sean quite a bit. And on a normal day, if he got scared, like if he thinks there's a snake and screams like a girl, or I don't know, random asteroids flying through the air and he screams like a girl, I will absolutely clown him till I'm blue in the face. But during paranormal investigations, if he says he is not getting out of the car, something is not right, and people start making fun of him, I will 1000% have his back. 1000%. Because I remember sitting with a group of people and telling him, if he doesn't want to effing get out of the car, leave him the hell alone. It doesn't matter. So, but yes, Francisco, I will be uploading onto the channel for a later viewing. And back to Eddie and Jen. It is Ferry, Ferry Plantation in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Prices, excellent. Overnight investigation. There is room if you bring like a sleeping bag or a cot or something. There's also lots of hotels in the area if that's not your thing. Chad was feeling the imprint of energy by feeling sad. Yes. And like I said, the first time it was Naya. Naya was emotionally affected. And when I asked her, I know looking back on it, I sounded like a complete ass in the video, but I said, what the hell is wrong with you? She said to me, I don't know. I feel like I'm in trouble. So, I don't know if that was like the imprint on the nanny, like you're a child, get back in the bed, you shouldn't be up. And maybe like, Chad had the imprint energy of the kids. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I will say that is a must investigate location if you have not been there. Ferry Plantation, Virginia Beach, Virginia. They do fill up quickly. They open their bookings up at the beginning of the year, typically around like March. We booked our date for May in March. And when I reached out to them about a month prior to our date in May and asked them if they had any available dates for this year, they were fully booked. So in a matter of 2 months, they get fully booked for paranormal investigations. I think they do 1 or 2 a month.
It's one hell of a location.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, Virginia Beach has like a lot of things. Like there's a haunted lighthouse and things like that. So, I mean, definitely.
But if you can't get in there, definitely go to Appomattox County, historical Appomattox County Jail.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
Speaking of like physical imprints on people, guys, you know, I don't ever taunt or purposely anger spirits. I don't believe in that. I'm not the Zach Bagans of paranormal investigations. But again, sometimes I do get tired, sometimes I do get goofy, and sometimes I do talk shit. All in good fun, all in good humor. I always end up saying, you know, I'm just kidding. Well, a part of the fairy plantation, on one end, there is slave quarters. They have some actual slave identification, like, are they called cards? Tags.
Yeah.
Hanging on the wall, artifacts that were found like on the plantation, a lot of information about the slavery that happened on the grounds and things like that. But one of their primary focuses upstairs is on the cotton that's up there. And so when I walked upstairs, being a white woman, and I made a comment about the cotton, the emotional effect was real. I started having like some severe pains, like right here in my shoulder, almost like somebody like just jabbed a knife in there and was like twisting it. And obviously I knew it wasn't a heart attack, you know, or anything like that, because it was like right here in my shoulder. And then I started having some like burning sensations on my back that came and went. And at this particular moment, I'm like over there and I'm explaining to Naya what I'm feeling. And at that particular moment, Naya's hand was on the banister, like the stairwell railing. And she said she felt almost like a comforting hand go over her hand. And for those that don't know, Naya is mixed. So, you know, I'm thinking in that particular moment, they were kind of like, there's a white person here. I'm not happy with this white person being here. I'm going to let the young woman know it's okay. We have you. And the funny thing is we did not investigate till the very end with Sean. And once we all regrouped at the end, we were talking about what I had experienced upstairs in the slave area. And Sean said that he had almost like a comforting hand grab his hand while he was up there. This is before he even knew that also happened to his daughter. So,
and I was upstairs in the actual part where they slept in.
Yeah,
that was the first time something actually physically grabbed me, where I could feel like the fingers and everything around my arm. So somebody asked me if I ever been like had a fear, not really a fear, but I was in the dark.
Startled.
I was in the dark up there.
Something grabbed
They shut me in there, cut the lights off, and I was standing at the top of the steps and feeling that hand go around my arm. I kind of stopped for a minute, like, the hell is that? But it was all good. It didn't scare me. I didn't feel any evil or fear from it. I just kind of let it chill there and keep going with the questions.
And that's kind of where I was going with it, Robert. Like, I'm thinking it was empathy from what they may have experienced, what they may have gone through. You know, I didn't go up there with any ill intent whatsoever. But I think that they were more so popped into like protection mode towards Naya, being that she does have, you know, darker side of her skin. And it was funny because we had a motion detector on the stairs, and every time Naya would go down the stairs, when she came back up, you could audibly hear footsteps following her. So it was like every footstep was doubled up.
Oh yeah, Carrie. Yeah,
Carrie did bring up cold spots. The room was very hot that day. It was like 90. Really, it was like 90 degrees outside, and it was so muggy at the beach. Emily said she was sitting up in the attic part by herself in the metal chair and felt something behind her chair move. So something was definitely active in the slave area for sure.
Well, good point, Robert.
Shoulder pain could have been from picking cotton all day. Could have been.
You said something about cotton. They went.
I did.
Yeah.
Old South Pittsburgh Hospital had something run a cold hand across my face. It is startling. Yes.
Yeah, Ronnie. Something touches you. It doesn't really scare you, but it heightens your senses. You're like, whoa, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of childlike energy. Emily said her SPI app. I asked if someone was behind me and it said yes.
And those of y'all who don't believe in phone apps, that's the one app that I've seen actually be accurate. It uses a different type of technology. I would say give it a try.
If you have an iPhone.
If you have an iPhone, I don't advocate for phone apps, but I will say every time I've seen that app used, it's been pretty accurate. It's an EVP app. It's not like the normal Spirit apps. It's not like Spirit Talk or anything like that. It's actually a pretty decent app. I don't personally use it. Those of y'all who've seen me and investigated with me know what I roll with. But those people that I've seen use the SPI app, I've seen it be pretty accurate.
Yeah. So, I mean, all in all, like over the last couple weeks, we've had some really interesting investigations. Ronnie said Daryl just woke up. He's back. Lost Souls is the only phone app I will use and trust. For those that don't know, it is SPI, Spirit Phone Innovations. Ronnie said Shayla got SPI on her phone. Yes, there are some interesting things. I trust that one. There are some things that I've gotten recently, like just this past weekend, that kind of made me go, okay. But I mean, that's to be expected. If you get, if you get a few things that are like directly related to where you're at and stuff like that, like I think you're doing something good. Will I base a location being haunted on a phone app? No, I won't. Yeah, Emily, always verify your info. Daryl's been here the whole time. Ronnie, what happened was Daryl was looking at the security footage. Ronnie goes in blind. He
Ronnie doesn't use any equipment at all.
No equipment. He just stands
recorders
there.
or nothing. He just stands there and sees what he can see with his own eyes.
Spirit Talker has come in clutch for me a couple times. Not my favorite.
Spirit Talk is a good leading app, I think. I think if you like
run out of questions, run out of things to ask, yeah.
Because I've seen Spirit Talker say something and then you repeat it and then a piece of equipment goes off.
Now, Dead Wave is not an app I've heard of. I'm definitely going to look into that because I'm interested. Phasmabox, I've heard a lot of good things. I am absolutely 1000% old school SB7.
Hey Ronnie, how's that candle worked out for you? I haven't asked you about that candle lately. I remember you got one.
Yeah, I will absolutely 100% go to a spirit box quick. SB7. I love it when they come through and start cussing at you. That's quite comical to me. Let's see. We also use other equipment with it as well. Right. You're kind of looking for I got knock, knock, and then you hear a knock, and then you say something to the effect of, if that was you that knocked, can you touch that red light? And now all of a sudden your REM pod goes off. That's what we're looking for with apps and stuff like that. Yes, we know. Ronnie's got a trailer full of equipment, guys. We give Ronnie a really hard time.
He doesn't use any of it. He only uses his eyes and ears.
His self is the best piece of equipment.
He's the beacon of equipment.
The spirit beacon.
The spirit beacon.
Ronnie, the spirit beacon. We use Voice Record Pro, which is a digital recorder, and get great results. Okay, I'm going to have to check that out. I'm all for doubling up or tripling up on recorders.
Yes.
For sure. So if I download Voice Record Pro, Sean's running his DR60 and Naya's running the QR100. Rickard, you. Candle.
I remember you brought it to the cemetery when you first got it. I was just wondering if you had any results with it since.
And guys, we're getting ready to wrap it up. We've got the freaking awesome paranormal show live on Facebook and the Riff Nation Network right now going on. We don't like to step too far onto their toes. Let's see. Eddie and Jen said every now and then I touch base with Dalen Spratt from Ghost Brothers, and that's how we learned about the Phasma box. Dalen in the Phasma box in the cemetery. Lord.
We love Dalen.
Well, thanks, Daryl. I will absolutely come back and flash the prisoners
I get to flash too.
You're going to flash the prisoner?
Yeah. They locked females up in there too.
I don't think they're... Oh, Daryl, I do have a question for you.
Whole
really
room's
quick.
Going dark.
Send me a message and let me know. Sean asked a $1 million question. Are there records of all the inmates that were locked up at the jail?
Yeah, we got a name. He said no trench coat.
Chad, I'm starting to think I should just show up. Maybe. When you have a team, that's how it works, Chad.
Yeah, Chad. We missed you.
Yeah. No trench coats. Sean showing up in nothing but a trench coat, a robe.
A robe, yes, a silk robe.
He hasn't had anything happen with it at all. Ronnie, I'm with you.
I haven't used my candle. I've got one, but I haven't used it.
I have.
Oh, you've used it?
Yeah, and nothing. Just like my poor little Raggedy Ann REM pod has never gone off.
I told you, leave them REM pods alone.
Yeah, I'm going to try your technique when we go to the jail. Yeah, have Kim flash the ghosts. Show up in a robe and Crocs, Ronnie said. Robe and Crocs.
Damn right. Next podcast, robe and Crocs.
All right, guys, check this out. There's a lot of great podcasts on here. Jump on over to the freaking awesome paranormal show on the Rift Nation Network and
check out Ryan Jones and Rhonda Harris.
Yep. Sundays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tune in to Eddie and Jen. Eddie and Jen, the vlogs, and then some on YouTube.
And thank all of y'all for showing up, by the way, and listening to us and interacting with us. We appreciate you all, because without y'all, we'd have no show.
That's right.
So we appreciate y'all and love all of you. Thank you
know
so
what,
much.
Ronnie? I'm there. I'm there for it. If Sean's coming with robe and I'm there. I'm there.
I am.
Babe, when we get off the podcast,
and a pipe.
When we get off the podcast, will you put on a robe and Crocs?
And a pipe. And my Civil War hat.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
And we'll see you on the other side.